What's up, hot sauce lovers? Today we're going to talk about the 4 biggest misunderstandings about hot sauce. Since the start of our hot sauce web store back in 2017, we've obviously felt a lot of love from the hot sauce community, but we often also have discussions with people that really don't like hot sauce. Hot sauce seems to be a bit of a hate it or love it thing. When we have discussions with people that don't like hot sauce, we often find out that they just don't understand the product. They don't understand the concept of hot sauce very well. And because we really think a lot of people are missing out by not using hot sauce on their food, we want to try to work out these misunderstandings about hot sauce. So let's start right now. Hot sauce misunderstanding number 1 is hot sauce takes over the flavor of my food. This is actually always the case when you use too much of a sauce on your dish. Then it will take over the flavor and ruin your dish. This goes for ketchup, it goes for mustard, it goes for mayonnaise, whatever. If you use too much, it will definitely take over the flavor of your food. And this is also the case with hot sauce. Just use it responsibly and make sure that the hot sauce that you choose matches well with the food that you're eating. So for example, if you're having a salmon and you like to have a bitter sour note to your salmon, choose a hot sauce that has a sour note in it. So a hot sauce with lime, for example, would do the trick. If you want to have some nice ribs from the barbecue and you want to have them a bit smoky, choose a hot sauce that has something smoky. For example, with the chipotle pepper, you will definitely do the trick as well. So the secret is just don't use too much of it and make sure that the hot sauce matches your food. And then it will not take over the flavor of your food, but it will only complement it and make the dish even better. Hot sauce misunderstanding number 2 is hot sauce is only hot. In some cases it's definitely true. For example, this sauce, the Bomb Beyond Insanity, notorious from the Hot One show on YouTube. This sauce's main goal is to burn your face off. It's pain in a bottle, and indeed it's only hot. The flavor is not great. Definitely not great. But we are happy to see that nowadays most of the hot sauce brands are trying to create a great balance between heat and flavor. And some brands are trying to mix some really interesting ingredients with nice peppers as well, different types of peppers, creating all different kinds of flavors. So hot sauce just being hot is not true. There are so many brands that focus on flavor first as well. For example, this one, Queen Majesty from New York, has some great sauces with ginger and tequila in it, and lime, and all different kinds of peppers. This one as well, the Immune Booster, it's a fresh hot sauce with jalapeno, lime and gin. There are so many brands nowadays that put flavor first, and we are really happy to see that. So hot sauce just being hot is definitely a misunderstanding. Hot sauce misunderstanding number 3 is that hot sauce is dangerous or unhealthy. It's definitely not unhealthy if you compare it with ketchup or mayonnaise. Ketchup has a lot of sugar, and mayonnaise has a lot of saturated fats often. Hot sauce doesn't have sugar normally, or just a little bit. Most of the hot sauces have no calories at all and no saturated fats. The only thing you have to keep in mind that salt levels in hot sauce sometimes can be on the higher side, but as well nowadays we see that brands try to keep the sodium levels, the salt levels as low as possible without influencing the flavor in a negative way. And most of the brands are doing a great job at that, so it's definitely a healthy condiment. I think one of the healthiest condiments you can get. And is it dangerous? No, definitely not, unless you're allergic to peppers maybe. But no, the pain that you feel on your tongue is actually the brain being fooled. The capsaicin in peppers, the stuff that makes peppers hot, touches your tongue, the receptors on your tongue, and then the tongue starts to think it's kind of on fire, but it's actually not. It's just a physical reaction and the brain being fooled, but you're not on fire, so it's not dangerous. It doesn't mean that it cannot increase your heart rate. So if you have heart problems, I would definitely not recommend you to use extreme hot sauces if you're not used to it, because it can definitely increase the heart rate, and if you have troubles with your heart, maybe that's not a wise thing to do. So, but in general, it's definitely not dangerous, and it's a very healthy condiment. Hot sauce misunderstanding number 4 is one we hear quite often, is people saying, I'm just not made for hot sauce. And most of the people that say this have actually never tried it, or are just a bit scared of the feeling, and that's maybe based on an experience they've had before with something spicy. But hot sauce is something you can get used to. Just start with hot sauces that are really mild. Maybe these sauces are so mild that I wouldn't even notice that there are peppers in it, but you have hot sauces that are that mild. So start there and work your way up the ladder and start enjoying hot sauce, because it's such a great condiment, and we're absolutely convinced that everyone should be able to enjoy hot sauce, except for the people that maybe are allergic to it. But just start very mild, and if you like it, try something hotter and get used to the feeling. And every time you use hot sauce, again, you will notice that you can handle more and more and more, and before you'll know, you'll be hooked to hot sauce. Thank you for watching our video about the 4 biggest misunderstandings about hot sauce. Do you think we forgot one? Just let us know in the comments.